why you can't dispute shame. A client once came to see me after working for several years with another therapist on their anxiety. Every so often they'd say something like, "I just feel bad about myself." And that became the cue for the therapist to reassure them. "But look what you've achieved. Look how successful you are. Look how capable you are. You shouldn't feel bad about yourself." All of that was kindly meant. It wasn't wrong, but it didn't touch their shame. Because shame is not usually a polite belief waiting to be corrected. It's often a body-based, relationally learned procedural response. It arrives before the argument begins. Chest drops, throat tightens, face burns, stomach turns, body folds inward, and the old verdict arrives. I'm bad. I'm exposed. I'm too much. I'm not enough. I don't belong. You can offer all the evidence in the world that the person is intelligent, successful, loved, competent, or good. But if the shame state is active, the body may not receive the evidence because the body isn't asking for a debate. It's asking, am I safe enough to feel this? Will I be humiliated again? Will someone stay with me? Can this be held without collapse? Early in our work, we named the shame, not as the truth, as a state, as something learned, as something that made sense. Then, when it arose, we slowed down, feet on the floor, chair holding your body, hand placed where the shame is felt, breath, contact, no argument, no proving, no rushing to make it disappear. Just, this is shame. It is here. And we can stay with it. Sometimes, as the feeling was held, childhood memories came, moments of being shamed, exposed, mocked, made wrong, made small, not because we went hunting for stories, but because their body began to reveal what the argument had been covering over. And we stayed with what emerged at the pace their system could tolerate. Over time, something changed. The client began to notice shame earlier. They could feel it without immediately becoming it. They could soothe it, name it, stay present, let it rise and fall. Gradually, their shame softened, its duration shortened, its authority weakened. A new procedure began to install. When shame rises, I don't have to collapse. I don't have to attack myself. I don't have to prove my worth. I can feel this state, support my body, stay in relationship and let it pass. That's very different from disputing shame. It's shame being met, held and relearned. So in therapy, I'd be cautious when the client says, I know it doesn't make sense, but I feel bad. That sentence may tell us exactly where the work is, not in proving harder that the shame is irrational, but in helping their body learn that shame can be felt without humiliation, abandonment or collapse. Insight may name the shame, evidence may challenge the shame, but safety, relationship and repeated embodied experience are often what help shame change. Because shame is not just an idea, it is a state, and states need more than arguments. They need to be held differently.